Hello everyone, this is Adedoyin Motara here again giving you a dose of inspiration on a Monday. Recently I read a quote from Thomas Edison and it said, "Vision without execution is hallucination." Ouch. Like, do you know what hallucination is? Hallucination is when something is so real in your mind, you can feel it, you can touch it, but you can't see it physically. It's not done physically. And I always say that you create things twice. First in your mind and the second physically. So if you're not executing physically, if all your goals, your vision, everything is still in your mind and you're finding it very difficult to execute, you want to listen to my inspirational talk today. I'm going to be sharing 3 big enemies of execution. Come with me. The number 1 enemy of execution is perfectionism. Girl, start already. Start before you're ready. That is the secret. If you're waiting for all the I's to be dotted and all the T's, to be crossed, you are not going to execute. It is never going to be perfect. It is never. You are a work in progress. Your business is a work in progress. Your vision is a work in progress. Your goal is a work in progress. So you need to start already. Start with what you have and however you can start now. Look at how I started the Monday Inspirational series. I just took a phone and started to record because I was like, this thing has to start. And with time, I was like, you know what? Let's even make it finer. Let's make it more easy on the eyes to watch. And I started to make it more professional, right? And I can give you so many more examples. How did I start Adonia? We didn't even have a logo. I went to, I went for a further training on makeup, and I had this dream of, I want to start a company, that does certain things and will empower women and all of that. I had that dream in my mind. I didn't know how to go about it. I just started getting models, started doing their makeup, and it was after then I decided on the name that I wanted to go for, and then I created a logo. But I didn't wait to start with a logo. I didn't wait for things to be perfect. I just started with what I had without being ready, right? Because there is clarity in motion. You get clearer when you move, right? So the number 2 enemy of execution is ambiguity or complexity. A lot of times we have those big dreams and we want to start big. And we're thinking, okay, how do we actually, all of these things, how do we actually start it? Break your vision down into goals and ask yourself, what is the easiest way to kick off this dream? So I'll tell you about Kingdom Wives that I recently started. And this dream had been God had been laying this vision in my mind since last year, and I've been praying about it for further clarity. But as soon as I knew that God was sending me on this assignment, what did I do? I bought a domain. I set up an Instagram account. Nothing has been posted on it. And I kept thinking, how do I start? It's such a big dream. I see the big picture. And I'm like, how do I start? Until I started to break it down into goals. What can I do now that can at least move it forward? And that was my breakthrough moment. So you really want to break down that vision into smaller, tiny goals and tasks so that you can actually start working on them. So when you have this big vision in your head that is making you to feel overwhelmed, take a break, sit down, break it into goals, and then break those goals into simple tasks, right? The third enemy of execution is you thinking that your current structure, your current life structure can carry the goal or the vision you have. A lot of times, no. Everybody has a structure they're currently running on, and you just think, oh yeah, you have this goal and you want to execute it, and you think it's going to work with that structure. No, a lot of times you need to restructure your life to be able to carry the vision that God is showing you for your life. And I'll give you a very good example. When I was going to write my book, I normally there's a certain time I wake up, there's a certain time I sleep, I go to the store, I have a way I run my life. But because that goal had to be executed in a certain amount of time, which was 3 months that I gave myself, I needed to restructure my life to be able to carry that goal. What did to be able to carry that goal? James Clear said, we do not rise to the level of our goals. We fall to the level of our structure or our systems, right? So it's not about having this big goal or this big vision. If you don't have a proper structure in place, you are not going to execute. So what are the 3 things I shared today? The first enemy of execution is perfectionism. And the second one is ambiguity or complexity. And the third one is thinking that the structure you currently have in place for your life would carry your vision or your goal. I hope these 3 things have helped you today, and I really hope that you will start to work in the direction of execution, because vision without execution is hallucination. I look forward to seeing you again next week, and I hope you'll take some action this week towards your goal. Take care and see you soon.